mechanic show. Of course, that was very quiet of you. A big hand, please, Frankie.
Thank you.
Okay, stick your hands up if you was here yesterday, listening. Ah, good, nobody. All right, perfect. Then we won't talk about the same thing twice. Okay, Frankie, obviously it's good to have you here. You know, back in the UK, you've got a massive fan base here, and it's always been, I think, one of your favourite places to come, not just to race, but to meet and greet the public.
Yeah, it's true. I think England is like my first home, you know. People have a lot of respect on me, and I try to give back something. And my name, Frankie, coming from English people, because when I came back to the racing in 1995 with the superbike, still I have a name Kiwi on the leather. But everybody in England called me Frankie, and so I said, okay, I have to give back something to the English guy. And I put Frankie from until the end of my career on my leather.
A fantastic, obviously, career all the way through with 2 strokes, 4 strokes, GPs, World Superbikes. But to start with, 8 years old when you first got into racing.
Yeah, first time I was 8-year-old and starting to watching the race. My uncle bring me to the race, and it was so nice. 2-stroke, smells so good. And even now when I follow, I am on the car and I follow some scooter and they use rich in oil. So something give me a good memory because I'm getting young again. And so later I started to travel around the world when I was 13-year-old with my uncle, because he racing in the World Championship, European Championship and the Italian Championship. So give me a passion, you know. I lost a father unfortunately when I was 14, but I was ready to jump up to the bike for racing, but my mother doesn't give me a permission, so I have to wait 4 more years. I put the engine of my uncle, 50cc Minarelli 6 gearing, on the road bike, on normal road bike, but was quite fast, 140 km/h on the 50cc, so it's quite good. And I go around the road for a bit, everybody with 125.
So we had Foggy here with you yesterday. And,
No problem.
no problem here. But no, Foggy was in good form in all fairness. He's kind of, Foggy these days has chilled out and is, now he's not so bad to be around.
If you don't have to race, he's quiet.
But no, obviously Foggy finished racing in 2000 from an accident, but went on to team management. Not something that you're that interested with to run a big operation?
You don't have to be there just to be there. If you are involved and you trust in something, even if it's out of the race, is okay. I am excited to do what I do now at home with my wife. So,
I am excited.
No, we have a beach in Misano and we rent umbrella bed for sunshine. We have a 400 bed during the season, so it's quite good job and quite take me busy. And also I'm building up some apartment along the coast where there is our beach. And I have to rent these, so keep me busy. And of course, with my cousin, we have a small team in Italian Championship where also, unfortunately, my son racing. And another 4-5 riders, very young, from 14 to 17, racing in our team. Today, they have, right now, my son racing in Mugello. I was there Thursday, and I leave Friday morning for come here.
And of course, your son got permission from your wife, no problem, unlike yourself.
Yeah. You know, my son liked to racing and my wife liked to follow the racing, so she's there now. And she said after 2-3 years I stopped the race. When you're racing, you give emotion to everybody, even to myself. So that one, I mean, I didn't give to you anymore any exciting moment. So she said, no. It was very nice when we go around the world with the motorhome, we stop somewhere. When you're racing, I soften, but you give also big moment.
So the plan with your boy is to progress through to European racing?
Yeah, but I think he's not fast enough. So first of all, you have to learn more, and I don't know if he's allowed or not, but I don't care. Sure, he's better than me in something else in the life, you know. You don't need to be a rider to be satisfied in a life. I think I am happy in my career, in my life, because I do what I like to do. So everyone, I think, if in a proper job, if they are excited to do this job, so that is a good result.
I think if I spend every day all week on the beach, I would be happy as well.
Yeah.
Try. You never know.
So coming through your riding career, just something I thought about last night. What about, obviously you're a big name and have a massive following throughout the UK, but when you was coming through your career, riders like Neil Mackenzie, what kind of a rider was Neil to be around to race against, and how good was he?
I meet Neil on the 500 plus when he was in factory bike HB Honda, and me too, I have a 3-cylinder Honda. So Neil was a good guy and good rider, very good. He was fast. Somewhere he was really fast. But like me, maybe somewhere he doesn't like, so it was a little bit more approachable.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he was successful through his GP career, but kind of never really got big break. But no, very good. So compared to your era through the Grand Prix, now the modern day, the biggest difference for you, you know?
I think it's hard for me at the moment to watching some race in the superbike. I'm not feeling anymore like before. Before, I think it was something different. The people, the rider was more close to the people, whereas you can touch, you know. It's already 5-6 years, I think, dropped down a lot. And Biaggi for me is not the people can be in a superbike. I like Tom Sykes, the character of Tom Sykes. I think he can be one of the guys can be part when we're racing. The world changed. Even the computer, I think is going too far, too quickly and too far. I'm not so good with internet, with all these things. I prefer to shake hand with the people and be normal.
So we don't see Frankie Keeley on Twitter and Facebook and...
No way.
I'm pleased to hear. Too many people spend too much time with it. So, in your opinion, so kind of from your era through to the modern day right now, in your opinion, the greatest rider?
Sure,
because you have been in the same arena as many big, you've been lucky enough to race and beat some big names.
Yeah, sure. In a superbike, Carl was one of the best riders to beat. He's a target, you know. he's not so good to fix the bike about setting, but he forgot when he's on the bike. He forgot everything, and he riding what he had. In a 500 class, I have a quite a good moment with Kevin Swanson, Rainey, Lawson, Wayne Gardner, so Mike Baldwin, Randy Mamola was quite a good name to beat. Freddie Spencer also, yeah, he's a good guy, but I need a very small time because when I arrived in 500, he just came back in, I think, 97, 98 for 1 or 2 season, and after he stopped the race. So that is, Aaron's life was good in Superbike. Colin Edwards, and still racing, and he stopped now, and he's starting to be for the Michelin test rider.
So for you, the greatest, Valentino or before?
Valentino sure give to us an opportunity to show our sport to more people than he know our sport. It's starting to change, like maybe Barry Sheen was a time when they win a race, they smile. So that is important to show anytime different kind of celebrity at the end of the race. And Marc Marquez now is in the way, and Marquez is, you see, also the race in Australia, he crashed again, because it's normal, he's not a machine, you know, he enjoys what he do, and he wins sure the championship early on, but he still continues to make a mistake, so he's a man, he's not a machine.
Does anybody know the GP result? Have you all taken it? You don't want to know? I won't tell anybody anything about it. Really? No, we'll keep it a secret. Me and Valentino will. Okay, yeah, so obviously, you know.
So Marc Marquez crashed in a practice, sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, so, you know, highlights. You've had I don't know how many years your career was, you finished in 2006.
Yeah, 24 years of riding, from 1982 to 2006. Last year was very bad because my condition was, I broke a pelvis also, and I was not allowed to ride again fast the bike. So I said, okay, it's better I leave and make operation in my ear. I put the prosthesis inside and I said, okay, this is the last time I go in the hospital. But it was not true. Now it's worse than before. Because after 3 years I get an infection on the prosthesis, and it's already 4 years and doctor doesn't know how to do it. So it was better when I racing. When I crash, there is excuse why I broken the bone.
So it was a hip replacement?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a titanium inside.
Yeah. So is this the worst injury for you in your career?
1990 big crash in Spa-Francorchamps. I broken, this one was complete down. One vertebra, 1 feet, and that take me out 6 races from the World Championship. That was a big damage I had in my career. Yeah.
And from your career, do you know how many crashes you've had during?
No. No. Approximately this 24 years, you can say the 15 by year. 15? Because testing, practice, race. Lucky if it's just 15. And so it's around 360 times on the ground. Not bad.
Yeah, my idea of testing is not quite testing blue lights and ambulance. No, I think through my career, was about 160 crashes.
Only?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're
Must try harder.
How many are you riding?
1994 to 2011. So
17.
17.
So I raced in 24, but for that I learned more.
But no, you never think it's going to happen again, for sure.
Yeah.
So away from the crashes, the highlights, the biggest highlights for you during your career, your biggest achievements, shall we say?
Is sometimes I have a very big adrenaline when I win a race in Monza against Colin Edwards, against Scott Fogarty and Aaron Slide. When I win for Suzuki the first GP in 89, no 99, sorry. When I win the first race for Aprilia in 1991, was the first GP Aprilia winner in the hand of Wittemann, young Wittemann, the engineer. When I was in a factory Ducati, when I came back in Ducati and I make the bike 998.5. So there was an engine, then 999 and 998 frame. So I give to hard moment, the hard moment to Ducati at this time because I was a leader in a championship with a private bike.
Yeah.
But immediately after 3 races, the dream was going away because we don't have enough money to change all the parts on our engine. And in Monza, my property home racing, I broke in 2 engines in 5 laps. It was unbelievable. And I lost the championship. I lost the leader of the championship.
So now, apart from spending most of your life on the beach, do you still ride at all? Nothing competitive or for fun even?
Sometimes when I meet you also in the Focus event in Mugello, I ride it for 3 days. But you're riding something new, you know, traction control. I don't know nothing about this. So I want somebody fix for me in a race setting because when I pull a throttle, I like if his bike spin a little bit, okay? And I have to control this a little bit, but too much traction control at the moment. I hope we have a step down a little bit and see through again. For example, Casey Stoner used a very low traction control, and you can see. Marc Marquez last year take a little bit time for understand the traction control because he used a throttle quite aggressive. But 250 horsepower is you have to respect. Otherwise,
And now, do you get to any of the MotoGP races, or you just watch on the TV?
when they was in Misano, it's just 4 kilometers to my beach. So the schedule was to be there Friday because you know after when the team started to work in Saturday and Sunday there is a race, only very important people go there, so I stay home. But Friday there is a lot of rain in Misano and I didn't meet the championship, so I stay in the beach. If somebody want to say hello to me, cross to the beach and it's okay.
Do you have any questions for Frankie at all? Not just, obviously he's here taking bookings at chairs on the beach as well. Not just from the ladies. But any questions for Frankie?
Did you ever get any of your leathers back that you threw into the crowd?
No way. I remember in Monza, one time when I finished the race, I won the race, and I come into a sky corner, take off everything, and I go back to the paddock, to the finish line, with underwear and the back protection. So after I see many guys come finish everything, so come to the box, and I see piece of my leather. They cut all the leather, and everyone had a trophy, like a piece of my leather, and I signed all the piece. And one time happened here in England, in Bresach, I give away, but who building the leather for me said, continue to win the race, and I don't care, I make a leather always.
Any more questions?
My favorite track?
Favorite race?
Favorite race? When I racing, I say tomorrow. It's not anymore like this. I have some good memory, you know, with car, with Colin, with 250 class. But one in Monza was the last lap. I broke it, was 1996. Car was with Honda, with Arrow's light. And the beginning of last lap, I was a leader. The week before, I crashed in Italian Championship, and I had my fracture in the right hand and in the left feet. So it's a throttle and gear shift. I have to brake in hard in the second chicane because the car was stronger than me over there. I tried very hard, but I was not allowed to take off all the gearing. So at the end, I have to decide to go straight on the gravel, come back in, and the slide and the foggy overtake me. And the course have tried to overtake, but they said, hey, please. So we go to the Lesmo, two Lesmo, and after the second Lesmo, I said, okay, now I have to go to win. And there was a last lap, so 2 Honda in front. I joined again 2 Honda for the breaking point of Scari corner, stay close to them, and I said, sure they make a mistake in the parabolica, because sure they go inside too early. And that was, both of them, they breaking and stay tight, very, very close to the corner in the parabolica. And that is not the system to have good speed outside. Yeah. I go wild, and they started to come back with the throttle in the hand and the bike sliding a little bit. Just inside the car Fogarty, between him and the white line, and started to picking up him, okay, for the lipstick and Aaron's line. So my mechanic doesn't see me because I overtake Aaron's line in the opposite side, opposite view than the box, than the paddock. And I just win the race for nothing. So that gave to me adrenaline 100,000%. I don't know. I was over or outside the leather with adrenaline, and so when I arrived again in a Scari corner, everybody was up for me, and it's good emotions.
Any more questions?
Do you still have any of your bikes that you get to keep?
No, unfortunately, I'm not a good collector of the bike, because I don't like to see my bike. I see my T-shirt over there. I don't like to see my leather, my bike take make it dirty in the garage. So I like to ride in the bike. So for that I am not good collector. I like, it's nice to see somebody is interested to collect on the bike, to clean the bike like this. But I'm not like, I'm not good like this.
Any more questions?
Oh yeah.
I've been there 2 years ago because Klaus Klaffenbock, the sidecar world champion, invited me over there to just also because there was a charity for the foundation of Joe Dunlop, and he took me on the car for make a lap. And he told me, here I have a full gas, and in some minutes I say to you where I stop to have a full gas. So I said, you are crazy. It's something, if I have to do just for parade, it's something okay. But respect for the rider goes there, but I am not allowed to do this kind of race.
And you still ride, do you ride on the road?
No,
Public roads?
not so much, not so much. Only small scooter for maybe some kilometer. I'm not interested on the road. I am interested to enjoy and to be on the racetrack, you know. Sometimes happen and I feel again, but I know I'm old and I don't have to bring to dream to be back.
Yeah. Okay, my question. Carl Fogarty. No, we all know what happened. It was on the TV, it was
The internet.
Did either one of you apologise afterwards?
If I apologize.
Did you or did he?
Okay.
Or how long afterwards did you speak?
The year later happened what happened. We sit down each other and one by one. And we take out all our problems the year before. He talking with me, he was under pressure like I was. Only there was 2 teams in Ducati and 3 riders, and at the end of the season there must remain only 1 team and 2 riders. So we was all under the pressure, and happened. And for me, in that corner, I lost the championship, you know. And it was not his fault what I do in the last corner. But before he tried 2 times to pull me out of the track. And that made me nervous. And I make a mistake in the last chicane, because normally I have to win easy this race if I stay more inside. But because I was nervous, I miss my braking point, and I go in normal braking point. So I opened the door to him, and sure he got in. So after this, we are explained again, friend again, and many times invited us around the world to talking about these things, but we have a good relation.
Yeah. So it was his fault. Right, any more questions from anybody, please?
What do you think about, no spoilers, what do you think about how to flow captain, captain?
What do you think about Cal Crutchlow's time on the Ducati?
Well, no spoilers. No spoilers. Red.
Yeah, what do you think about Cal's time on the MotoGP Ducati bike?
Yeah. I think Crutchlow is a very good rider. His eyes can speak to you. Okay, I meet him when I was in a superbike, sport director, and I only invited him in a team where I was, but we don't have enough money to pay him. And he's right on the focus, but he jumped up to Ducati, and I think was not the right time to jump up to Ducati, because even Valentino had a lot of problems. But maybe sometimes the money region give to you the opportunity to make some mistake. You know? I think next year you have a good opportunity to be on Honda, but you don't have to think with Honda, sure I will. Because when you're thinking something like this, sure you have your worst season in your career.
I hope that's answered it. Okay, any more questions?
Favourite superbike?
Me?
Favourite superbike?
Myself.
Which one?
Myself.
Which machine?
It's a bike or rider? Bike. I had very good relation with Ducati. My heart was on Ducati. But unfortunately, after what happened with car, I have to say also, with Suzuki, I have a very good time, 3 years with a very good team. And honestly, after 2 races, I want to stop. Because in 1998, I was able to win 5 races, currently only 3, sorry. The year later, 99, with this bike, I was not allowed, and I have a 1.52 second gap ahead. So for me it was too much, and I don't know if it was my fault or the bike fault. But I know the bike doesn't turn me where I want. And just before Donington Park, we sit with my team manager, Francis Batta, and my ship mechanics. And we're talking about, and we said, sorry, but I think you never get the result because I'm not allowed to ride in anymore the bike. And so after this race, I stopped. No. Francis Batta said, you signed for 1 year and you're riding for 1 year. And they said, oh, it's hard for me. 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds a lap is hard. My ship mechanics change a lot in the front buckle steps. It's something very, very big different on the front of the bike. And we was in Donington Park Saturday, and I remember the bike turning, and they said, go out, make 2 laps, but slowly. And I feel the bike turning where I want. And I stopped, I checked all the bike, and I said, okay, can I go? Yes, you can go. I go around and try to enjoy, starting to enjoy again, and 2-3 laps, stop in the pit, and they said, new tire. They put me a new tire and they make a pole position. So I remember hours later, we were walking to the press conference and he said, welcome back.
Why number 7 many times? Why number 7?
I have a big respect on that machine, and also the best season I have in the 250 class was 1992, third in the World Championship. It's a number 7. So after I said, okay, I fix number 7. My son, he had a 71. Maybe he ought to be 721.
If he stays on.
Yeah.
Okay, Frankie's going to be down here signing some autographs. Well, I'll just make a nice cue. Please put your hands together.
Yeah. Thank you.